I think it's much more difficult to be a young person at the current time, and in previous generations it always felt that the next generation were going to do better than their parents and be to have more money and to have a kind of better quality of life. And I think this is the first generation who are beginning to think it's not going to be like that for a whole lot of economic reasons, and the fact that it's hard to find work, it's hard to find a place to live that you can afford. It's tough forming kind of ongoing relationships with with your friends and with partners and so on. It's pretty tough being a young person these days, and so I don't envy them. It would be very easy to say that the riots were a revolt against government and a revolt against society. You could equally turn that on its head and say this was just an opportunity to behave badly, not only to your local community, but also in some cases to people who had previously been your friends. I mean, if you looked at some of the incidents of the attacks that took place during the riots, people were turning on each other as much as as turning on society. So it's right. Lots of people will say this, I'm sure, but there are multi-causes to what happened in the riots.
Yeah. So just following on from that, do you think there's things missing in society, like in local communities? Are there more institutions, more support, more preventative things that need to be in place, or was it just an opportunity to turn against people?
Well, yes. I mean, there have in the past been a lot more things for young people to do. They didn't always take them up, but at least that offer was there. So it's not as simple as saying provide more youth clubs, but I do think that is one of the issues, that young people need to have things to do in the evenings that they find fulfilling and entertaining. And the fact that a lot of the money has been taken out of some of those extra resources has to be a factor. The schools bear some responsibility for this. I think the pressure to succeed in exams, and just the schools increasingly are portraying themselves as just exam factories, really, and I really think that's not nurturing children as an individual and looking at what they individually want to do with their lives. They're just under a lot of pressure to succeed well in exams. So for those that maybe don't think that they're academically riotous, that puts, it's not surprising that they then feel disillusioned and unloved. I have to say that I'm not sure that this government is going the right way in terms of education, because I think they're ratcheting up the pressure for young people to do well in terms of exams and league tables, and I think that we've probably gone a little bit too far in all of that. Of course we want everybody to do the best and excel in the best way that they can, but not every young person is going to go to university, and we need other options for those young people. We need better vocational options. We need more extracurricular things within the school, which aren't just about about doing extra homework and extra academic subjects. There isn't an accepted sort of orthodoxy about what is the standard that that parents should apply to their children anymore. So everything's moving so quickly, and it's really, really tough for them. But I think some of the parents were just woefully neglectful, and they do bear a lot of responsibility. I think that the hundreds of thousands of people who do voluntary work in their local community and do work with youth clubs and sports groups and all those things, who give up all those hours of their time to help with all of that, are absolutely crucial to all of this. And we probably don't send them enough of a signal of how much we value what they do. We take them all very much for granted. I think that there's more to be done in terms of volunteering and just finding real activities for young people in terms of youth clubs, youth facilities, new ways of spending their time. All those sort of things cost money, but that's what you have to do. You can't just leave it that young people are roaming the streets at night with genuinely nothing to do. I mean, obviously nothing to do when there's no facilities laid on for them. You have to find some way of engaging their energy and enthusiasm. Of course, there isn't much money around. The government haven't been investing in youth facilities. Local authorities don't have the money they used to have. So I just think we've got to be a little bit more imaginative about it. I think we can use school buildings a lot more than we do in the evenings and the weekends. I just think we just need to look at what facilities we've got, what volunteers we've got in a local community, and just make sure we're maximising it for the benefit of everybody.